Thank you, Fred. It's now my pleasure to bring up Michael Denton, founder of Camp Interactive.
I fully, to whatever extent it matters, I support the Botel idea. I lived on a liveaboard for a while. It's a great idea. There are a variety of entrepreneurial opportunities in this city for New York residents. But the focus that I want to focus on is tech entrepreneurship. And there's 3 reasons for that. The payout is enormous, right? If you're successful as a tech entrepreneur, the return on investment can be incredible, as witnessed by $125 billion in this slide here. But more than that, the barrier to entry is actually minimal. The opportunity for people to learn the skills necessary to prototype a technical solution to their problems is readily accessible on the internet and free. So with access to the internet, you can learn the skills necessary to begin to solve your own problems with technology. And as a result, I think technical entrepreneurship is important. The third and most important reason is the diversity problem in the tech space today. Although 63% of Blacks and Hispanics in the United States claim to use or identify as using technology to solve their problems with communication and mobility, they only make up 2% of the people who are solving the problems with technology. That disparity can be discussed as the catastrophe that it is, and the catastrophe that my organization tries very hard to solve. But for tonight and tomorrow's purpose, I want to talk about it as an opportunity. Because just because these folks are not being represented in the solutions doesn't mean that they can't use the skills to solve the problems for themselves and tap into these entrepreneurial opportunities. And we get to see it every day. What you're seeing on screen right now are 5 of our students from Bronx International High School who are recent immigrants. These young men and women developed an app, after going through our program, developed an app that brought the essence of their village support system into the project house they live in the Bronx. They got to be introduced by Reverend Jesse Jaskin at Social Media Week last month. And they got to go through with an audience the app that allows them to raise their hand for need of support to people who would otherwise be strangers within their own building for needing to babysit their kids, to help them carry groceries up the steps, to sign for a package while they're not at their office. And with very little education, these students and very little skills were able to prototype this idea, come through the CI incubator, and actually launch this product on iPhone and Android. So we as an organization are very fortunate to see the ability that just access to the entrepreneurial education necessary to be a tech entrepreneur is very, very valuable. But the thing that's tangentially important to mention as a tech entrepreneur, when learning the skills that allow you to prototype your own concepts, you have the ability to check into other people's entrepreneurial spirit. This young lady you see on screen right here on the right, her name is Julia Geis, and she's a product of CI. And she's actually in this audience today. Julia is spending the spring and the summer interning at Wikiberg, helping Colin and Ricardo with their entrepreneurial element, putting her skills to use to help other people solve their problems. But more than that, she's participating in a jobs economy that is a desperate situation in the United States today. The statistic that we perpetually share is that by 2020, there will be 1.4 million jobs in this country that require computer science skills, but only 200,000 graduates who can actually do those jobs. That's a $5 billion economic opportunity in this country. So by being able to learn how to be a tech entrepreneur, not only can you begin to solve your own problems, but you can begin to make a difference in your own poverty cycle in your own life. So we have a challenge, right? Over the next 36 hours, our challenge to this group, and if anybody can solve this challenge, I think the folks in this room and the folks who are participating tonight and tomorrow can solve, are how do we break down the barriers? How do we break down the barriers between the companies who are not leveraging the skills and the viewpoints within the communities of the people who are using their products, to invest in those communities to help out and better their products, but also how do we break down the barriers within the communities for people to feel as though they have the confidence and the resiliency necessary to learn the entrepreneurial spirit that allows them to solve their own problems. Thank you.